Khajabi, PSCRT from KGBV, Tripurantakam, Prakasam district. Dear students, today our topic is refraction of light at plane surfaces. Objectives: light, properties of light, refraction of light, laws of refraction, refractive index, relative refractive index, lab activity 1, Snell's law, total internal reflection, and lab activity 2. Dear students, let us go to the lesson. So, first of all, what is light? Light is a form of energy. It converts to other form. If take the one example, light energy converted to heat energy. Before glows, the bulb does not have heating, but after glowing the bulb, that is having heat energy. All of you students note this point. The main properties of light. First one, reflection. Second one, refraction. Third one, total internal reflection. Fourth one, dispersion. And last one, scattering. But in this lesson, we have to see only two properties. Those are refraction and total internal reflection. Next, one more important word is medium. Whereas light ray passing that should be through medium. So, medium can be divided two types. First one, rarer medium. Second one, denser medium. If take the rarer medium that having low density, example air. If take the denser medium that is having more density, example water, oil, wood, and so on. Light always travels in a straight line. So, in our previous classes, we know about the reflection. But in this class, we have to see the refraction. Dear students, what is the difference between these two words? Did you know anyone? Okay. Students, have a look on screen. A girl is standing in front of mirror. Then she get the image on mirror. Here light travels in a only one medium. Because of light falls on mirror and reflected to her eyes. In second situation, the torchlight rays falls on prism. Then we have to see VIBGYOR. Here light rays travels in two mediums. In first medium is air and second medium is glass. So finally I have to clarify. Reflection process will be in one medium like air and refraction process will be in two medium like air and glass. My dear students, have a screen. Show two examples. Once observe. Dear students, it is happening to the refraction of light. Look at the image that is showing to us the light ray coming from the sun. That is known as the source of light, like sun. And one light ray falls on the surface. That is noted as the incident ray. And the light ray goes into the water. Where it crosses the water, it will slow. It is noted as the refracted ray. The image showing that 90 degrees angle at the point of incidence is noted as the normal. So, students, the incidence ray is denoted by small I and refracted ray is denoted by small r and the normal is denoted by n. So, this is about the basic information of the light. Next, students, let us see some images to refraction of light. Next, coming to the lesson. What is refraction? Refraction is the bending of light or the lateral displacement of light as it crosses the boundary of two media at glancing angles. Example, the pencil seems to have broken when submerged in water. Here we are all having one doubt. That is, why did pencil seems to broken when submerged in water? Okay, students, let me explain that the light ray first traveling air, that is rarer medium. After that goes into the second medium like water. So the light ray bends in second medium. It is known as the diffraction because water having the more density compared to air. That's why light ray slow in water. It is the reason for the pencil seems to have broken when submerged in water. Dear students, we can do one more activity. Here, as we can see, here have two bowls. Two coins are placed in the bowls and a glass of water. Presently, we can see coins placed in bowls. But if I am moved little away from the bowls, let us observe what happened. So, see gradually the coins disappeared. This happened because the ray of light is not bending to make the coins visible to us. Now gradually what we'll do is we'll fill one of the bowls with water and see we can make the coin appear. So as we are pouring water in the bowl, let us see if the coin reappears. Yes, we can see the coin has beautifully reappeared. This happened because of the phenomena called refraction of light. We will understand with the diagram. It will follow this video. I hope you enjoy to this experiment and try to observe phenomena of refraction of light in our surroundings. Next one is the laws of refraction. My dear students, refraction depends on two laws, first law and second law. Have a look on the image. There is observed incident ray small I and refracted ray small r. Let us see the first law of refraction. The incident ray and the refracted ray lie on the opposite sides of the normal at the point of incidence. All the three lie in the same plane. Second law of refraction is known as Snell's law. The ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for a given pair of media. This constant is known as refractive index. So, sin I by sin r is equal to constant. Here, two mediums are present. Those are rarer medium like air and denser medium like glass. So, dear students, incident ray, that is more speed in air, refracted ray, that is low speed in glass because that is in the denser medium. So, this is about the Snell's law. Next one, refractive index. It is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in the particular medium. Absolute refractive index is represented by the letter small n. Speed of light in vacuum is represented by letter small c, and speed of light in medium represented by small v. So, n is equal to c by v. Refractive index n is a dimension less quantity as it is a ratio of speed in different media. Refractive index of a medium depends on the nature of material and wavelength of light used. Another important term is relative refractive index. Refractive index of a medium with respect to another medium is defined as the ratio of speed of light in first medium to the speed of light in second medium. Our relative refractive index is n21 is equal to refractive index of second medium by refractive index of first medium. Now children, let us do the important activity is sin I by sin r is equal to constant. Let us take the white paper and let us draw the horizontal line and vertical line. At the intersection of these horizontal line and vertical line, place a semicircular glass slab and mark the angles. Now focus a laser light. When laser light is passing through the normal, it goes undeviated. But when the laser light is put at an angle, then there is a refraction suffered. Let us see once again. This is the normal. This is the incident ray. The angle between the normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence. Now here we see this is the refracted ray. Can you observe through the glass slab? This is the refracted ray. The angle between the normal and the refracted ray is called angle of refraction. This angle is measured is called angle of refraction. Now see, when the angle of incidence is 45 degrees, the angle of refraction is 29 degrees. So measure all the angles of incidence at different angles of incidence. You have different angles of refraction. So tabulate the record is for each angle of incidence. Measure the angle of refraction and record it in a table. Let us look at Snell's law. The relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction is called Snell's law. Refractive index n21 is equal to sin I by sin r, where I is the angle of incidence and r is the angle of refraction. Angle of incidence I, if it is 15 degrees, it is observed in the experiment that angle of refraction r is 10 degrees, and when it sin I and sin r calculated, they are observed to be as displayed in the table. So as you see, for the various values of sin I and different values of sin r, at the ratio of sin I by sin r appears to be constant. Dear students, once observe the screen. The light ray traveling in medium A and medium B. That light ray speed in medium A and slow in medium B. Next, most important phenomena is total internal reflection. If a ray of light is leaving a transparent material, it will be bent away from the normal. At a certain angle, it won't be able to exit the material. This is called total internal reflection. Applications: light from object in and around a lake. Fiber optics. My dear students, have a look on the image. The light ray in the position from denser medium to rarer medium. In that image, showing to us 4 light rays. The fourth light ray is won't be able to exit the material that is reflected in the denser medium. This is known as the total internal reflection. Applications of total internal reflection. First one is brilliance of diamond. Second one is optical fibers. And third one is mirages. Dear students, better understanding for this concept, look at the images. Why did happening brilliance of diamonds? The critical angle of diamond, it is very low. Its value is 24.4 degree. So, if a light ray enters, it is very likely to undergo total internal reflection. So, it is the main cause of brilliance of diamonds. Next example is optical fibers. Total internal reflection is the basic principle behind working of optical fibers. And optical fibers is very thin fiber made of glass. It is used in the communications and used in the medical treatment like endoscopy. Next example is mirages. Mirages is an optical illusion where it appears that water has collected in the road at the distinct places, but when we get there we don't find any water. Because of this reason behind is total internal reflection. Dear students, better understanding for this concept, look at the images. Refraction of light through a glass slab. Let us now perform a experiment and find out how light gets refracted when it incidents on a rectangular glass slab. Place a rectangular glass slab on a white sheet of paper. Test on an angle. So, students, next trace the boundary. A, B, C, D of the glass slab. After that, remove the glass slab. Draw I to the represent of incident ray. Draw the normal N1, N2, and fix the 2 pins on incident ray. Place the glass slab within the boundary A, B, C, D, looking from the other side of glass slab. Fix 2 pins such that all the pins are in straight line. Remove the glass slab and the pins. Mark the pin points P1, P2, P3 and P4. Joint P3 and P4 to represent the emergent ray. Joint O and O dash to represent the refractive ray. Measure the angle of incidence, angle of refraction and angle of emergent ray. Angle of incidence is greater than the angle of refraction and angle of incidence is equal to the angle of emergence. Extend O dash E backwards. We observe the emergent ray is parallel to the incident ray. The experiment shows that the ray of light it is passing from air to glass, that is rarer medium to denser medium. The refractive ray bends towards the normal at the point of incidence. The emergent ray O dash E is the refracted ray emerging out of the glass slab. O dash E is parallel to the incident ray. This means that the refracted ray has been displaced from its original path by distance xy. This displace is reflected to lateral displacement. We also observe that O dash and N dash is equal to angle R and angle E is equal to angle I. Angle E is greater when angle O dash and N dash, that shows that a ray of light when traveling from denser to rarer medium bends away from the normal at the point of incidence.
Oh no, it's so dark in here. I can't see anything.
Yes, sweetheart, we can't see in the dark. Let me ask our friends. Guys, can you see us?
Oh, Ginny, they can't see us because it's dark.
Oh, I have a torchlight in my hand. Let me throw some light on you. Guys, can you see him now?
Oh, Ginny, they can see me because of this light.
Wow, finally the electricity is back in the room. Now we can see everything.
Yeah. So now we can see everything because of light.
Yes, we can see things because of reflection of light.
Reflection of light? What is that?
Reflection is bouncing of light when it hits something.
What? Does light bounce back when it hits things?
Let me explain it in a simple way. Take the ball in your hand. Now hit this against the wall.
Well, naturally it bounces back.
So now did you get it?
Yeah, light bounces back like the ball when it hits something.
So when light hits something, it bounces back and the bounced light comes back into our eyes. Because of this bouncing back of light, we can see the things.
That is why we need light to see anything.
Yes, and this bouncing back of light is called reflection of light.
Look here.
Yeah. Can you see that the light from the sun hits the tree and it gets reflected?
And due to this reflected light, we can see the tree.
Oh, I just remembered. We have to go to our swimming classes. Let's hurry, otherwise we'll be late.
The water in the pool is so blue. And I know we can see it due to the light coming from the sun.
And do you know The rays that come from some source of light and fall on a thing are known as incidence rays.
And the rays that bounce back after hitting an object are known as reflected rays.
You are correct.
I want to swim, but I'm scared. I don't know how deep this pool is.
Hold on. Let's use this stick to check the depth of the pool. Can you see that its length is bigger than you?
Let's put it in the pool.
Okay. See? Half of the stick is outside. So you can go inside. It's not very deep.
But look, Ginny, the stick looks bent.
Yes, that is not bent. This looks bent due to refraction of light.
Refraction? Oh, you told me about reflection, but you never said anything about refraction. What is refraction?
You know, when light travels from one medium to another, it bends.
Like when it moves from air to water, one medium to another?
Yes, air is one type of medium and water is another type of medium.
Hey, even your hand looks bent.
Yes, and now you know that it seems bent due to refraction of light.
But why does light refract?
For that, you first need to enter the pool.
But why?
Go on, young man. To learn something, you need to do something.
Okay. This water is so cold. I want to come out.
Okay, but before you come out, try to run for some distance in the water.
I can't run faster. This water is stopping me.
Darling. Now come out. Let's go home and learn more about refraction. So Jimmy, you could not run fast in water, correct?
Yeah, I can run much faster otherwise.
Let's see. Why could you not run fast in water? You know, water is more dense than air. You have to run against air while on ground. But your speed is less in water because the water is denser than air.
So, same thing happens to the light. When it enters water from air, its speed becomes less and its direction changes.
Let's do one more experiment to understand it more. Put this pencil in this glass of water.
Wow, this also looks bent.
But we know for the fact that pencil is actually not bent. It is refraction. Let's look at it in the details. See, the light reaching the eye is coming from a different direction.
Yeah, because light changes its direction when it travels from air to water.
Yes, it enters from one medium to another. So it changes direction due to difference in density of the two mediums. This is refraction.
So guys, now you understand refraction. Now, time for some homework.
It is easy.
Okay.
Your homework is to take a pencil and put it in a glass of water.
And remember that the bending of the pencil is due to refraction.
And your second homework, my friend.
Thank you one and all for watching this video.